Alright, hello everyone, welcome, good evening, hope you're all doing well. Guess what? I am streaming today. Why? Because I got too busy to go what I was going to be busy for. When donations, hi Bradley, welcome. I need 1,000 subscribers first. Then I can start monetizing this, not really my channel, I think I need, yeah, I do need 1,000 subscribers actually. Yeah, really just 1,000 subscribers is all I need. So I'm about halfway there. Maybe in about 3 more years we'll get there. God first. We shall see. Does not matter. Um, I do want to enable super chats though. That would be pretty neat, wouldn't it? Haha. I don't care. Nobody really watches anyway, but I still do this for fun anyways. I do this for myself. So hope to take you guys along my journey kind of deal. Yeah, I'm not at 500 yet. Almost there. 417, I think, last I checked. Anyways, so today we're going to talk about a couple more stuff about the war, a bit more updates. We were expecting something big to happen last night, but nothing really happened. So, markets kind of did their thing of nothingness. Still had a drop nonetheless today because we have more threats as to what is to come next. And the threats are getting a little too close to home, too serious, right? So we're going to talk about that tonight. We also have some crypto news in general that we'll be discussing, mostly in terms of Bitcoin, so it's going to be a fun stream tonight. Bitcoin's on its way up a little bit. It's still down overall 2.20%. The current price is 104,800, and we're meeting with this little Fibonacci line, which is not that significant or important. What's important is this pivot level at 106,000, and then trend invalidation at 109,000. If we can break 110, we'll be back in our uptrend, but that would be after these tensions de-escalate for now. So I did have to readjust this uptrend, right, because of today's recent dip. I would say that this uptrend is getting weaker. This could be the start of a new downtrend, potentially. I know this one is a longer term downtrend that we have to go through, but I feel like it's easily breakable if we can just rip out of 110,000. But we're currently consolidating in the middle over here, trying to decide what happens with this war. Will the United States join it? Will they not join it? Is the real question. As of right now, in terms of a drop, we have a support level at 102,000, we can call this, right? And then, of course, psychological level, 100,000. And then, worst case scenario, 98,000, which I don't think we'll be seeing. Who knows, though? It is Bitcoin. Bitcoin does have its drops, and when it does, it takes down a third of the market with it. So we shall see how things go. And I also covered before, there's $1 billion worth of liquidations over here. A lot of people betting their money in the futures market that, Bitcoin will stay above this 100,000. Otherwise, it would get liquidated. All in tandem will be about $1 billion of liquidations, which that's not nothing. It's significant. It's practically what Michael Saylor buys over a weekend. So, yeah, something to pay attention to there, nonetheless. Fine, I'll readjust this uptrend because I don't like seeing this on the line. It could be coming back in, hopefully so, but I think it seems like every night there's just threats. But I think if you guys recall, the stuff that has happened last year, especially with Iran, it's all bark and no bite most of the time. I don't want to underestimate it. So let's just hope that that is still the case. We don't know for sure. Anyway. I do have bonus positions to use, but I also want to talk about... You'll notice that my balance has increased because I did take some profits on a position over here, which, by the way, I opened a new Discord server where I'm posting my trades now. If you're interested, let me know. I'll see if I add you. Maybe not. I don't know. It's probably just going to keep it invite only, friends only. Only the important people get to join. But yeah, anyway. Here's a position that was closed on bid USDT. Terrible position. Like I said, I didn't like it at all. But I still entered it nonetheless. I'll open the chart here for you guys so you can see what I have been doing. Shorted the market after a sharp increase over here. First attempt. Didn't really work out because market continued going up. I put another trigger order at exactly 9 right over here. So that's my second entry. And it averaged out to about over here. In between these two, right? Half of 21 is 11%. So my average price was, yeah, like right about where this white line is. Then we started going down into profits. territory, I decided to close my position right over here. And it's still dropping, so I mean, I could have technically still made a bit more profit, but I'm fine with what I made. And I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible because I realized after the fact that this is a low market cap token. I don't want to be investing in stuff like that. It only had $22 million market cap something. And number 800, number 700 in the market cap list. You ideally want to buy something above $100 million market cap because it's less easier to manipulate in terms of price, right? But still, of course, like something like this, it can rise much higher, right? If a lot of whales just start putting millions of dollars into this. Just think about it that way, right? Of course, not everybody has $1 million, and who knows what this project even does. I just wanted to short it because we're in the middle of a war, right? And this is just rising in the middle of the war. Like, what are you doing? You deserve to drop, and it is currently dropping. I could have probably held till maybe over here. My original take profit was at 0.7, like right around here, 0.7. So, I mean, we're technically really close to that. I could have made an extra $100, but it's whatever. I feel like next time I'll just let it drop to my take profit, even if it includes me holding onto a position for a couple days. So we made 349, paid 99 in commission. That's another reason why I hate coins like this, very low market cap, is because the funding fees are crazy, right? They're a very large difference, and they get charged very frequently, every 4 hours in this case. Right now it's at positive, so people that are shorting would be getting paid commission, which would be a good thing, but the percentage is very small. Once the original rise was happening over here, the shorters had to pay people who were long, and it was a bigger percentage, like almost, I don't remember if it was 1 or 0.1. I could check the funding rate history, right? When did I open this position? Let me go confirm this. Open June 15 at 20 o'clock. June 15, 20 o'clock. Right here. It was negative 0.03. And then negative 0.84. That's almost 1%. And this is already a full 1.40%. This one hit me the hardest. And then another 1.29. When these are negative, the shorters have to pay people that are long, right? Bears have to pay bulls. And I was shorting the market, so I had to pay this heavy commission. It totaled up to $99, which it sucks, but it's whatever. And so that ended up with a total of 246 for me in profit, which is still fine. It's profit nonetheless. I just hate that funding rate stuff. Anyway, never buying this again. Have fun staying poor. I don't recommend you guys buy that either, unless you want to short it. But, you know, be cautious with it. I'd pick something better for next time. So I do have to write that down in my little trading journal, which I will do later. Ethereum is at $2,530. It's down 1.81%. Last 4 hours, it is on the rise a little bit. Lowest point today reached a new low point of 2,452. I will admit that this drop that most altcoins, and Bitcoin, of course, as well, experienced today helped with that, me shorting the market. And I happened to just magically sell at the bottom there before everything kind of bounced up a little bit where we are right now. Price action for Ethereum, I mean, it's still holding strong, right? We're still within this range between 2,700 and 2,400. Sure, we have broken out of some levels a little bit, but otherwise you just see how lateralized the price action of Ethereum has been. And I think that something may happen very soon because we're approaching this uptrend line. We have two of them actually to worry about, so this one I wouldn't worry about too much. This one I would really worry about. The one where, I don't know, 2,300, that's probably a level to pay attention to. You could look at the support level, right? 2,382, 58 would be one level to pay attention to. I don't think we'll be seeing these levels. 2,100, I don't think we're going that low. But yeah. That's what we got for Ethereum. Solana is down 1.75%, similar almost to Ethereum, although Solana has had its rises. It's currently, you know, consolidating at the bottom over here. Still maintaining its uptrend, so I'm happy that this bounce occurred, hoping that we can get another bounce and continue upward once again. We're technically in an uptrend according to the super trend over here, and validates at 141 and below. Which is where I have a little support zone above 140, 130, high 130, low 140s, right? before we meet our resistance. First one would be at 153 pivot. Next would be around, I'd say 160. 160 looks safe. 165 is the next resistance from pivot levels. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Didn't mean to do that. XRP is our next coin. It's down 3.29%, and it's priced at 217. Shame. It keeps on dropping, man. 230 really seems to be a very difficult resistance for XRP to break out. But at least we're finding our support level. We're technically in an uptrend as well, so we're maintaining this uptrend. It seems like this downtrend has kind of been broken by that little spike up that we had over here. So we can get rid of that for now until a new one would have to be drawn. I hope that it's not the case, and I hope that this is the uptrend that helps us maintain our the rest of this bull cycle, right? One could only hope. My throat is in pain. SUI is down 5.43%, $2.85. Okay, that's a pretty low point as well for SUI. I think it's a great buying opportunity. We are still in a downtrend though, so I'd be a little bit more cautious, but you know how fast SUI can move. We're almost at the low point that we experienced right over here, June 14. We use that as a good support at 280, it seems like. Our pivot support level is looking at 268. The resistance is the pivot level itself at 311, 312, coinciding with this Fibonacci. But overall, we do have a downtrend. So watch out for a bounce first, right? Maybe this is the bounce, but I'd just pay a little bit closer attention to these lower levels over here, because I am expecting a drop still because of this whole war situation, which we'll be keeping track of course. Litecoin is $85.18. You'll notice I'm not entering any longs yet because I'm waiting for them to drop to one of these support levels that I do feel like they can drop. That goes for most of the altcoins that I've already analyzed, but it also goes for Litecoin, especially considering the fact that we do have a downtrend for it. So I think that will still prevail for a moment longer. Next level to watch out for is probably 81 to 80. You'll notice that that has served as a good support multiple times, right? So who knows? Maybe over here would be a good entry for a trigger order if you're interested in Litecoin at all. Although we've seen worse days in Litecoin, right? It has dropped to down here before, so in the 60s. Something to pay attention to. Speaking of 60s, Cardano is 61 cents, breaking its uptrend over here. It's still within a downtrend, so that's similar deal. I'd pay attention to an entry over here for Cardano, which I do have, by the way, on my main account. A trigger order pending right over here. And this drop over here actually closed me out with a stop loss in positive, but still closed me out with a stop loss, which I'm not too content about, but I'm just hoping for one more drop, gets me at a better price, and then we can continue higher if that is what you wish. We'll see Cardano. So that's all the tokens that we got for analysis right here. I went through that pretty fast, didn't I? Yeah. I also... this is a bonus position. Same with Bitcoin. Man, I'm just crazy with these bonuses. Matter of fact, I have another bonus right now. I'm not going to put it in Bitcoin. I will put it in something more volatile like SUI. What is the play here, SUI? Let's see. If market drops, which that's what I'm expecting, we won't have a market to trade because World War III would have officially begun. So I'll go long if I feel like taco might happen. Trump may chicken out. United States, etc. I'll go long with my bonus position. I have more? No, I don't. I only have one. 10 USDT with 5x leverage? Really? That's very generous. This is 9 margin with 5x. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. And there's my long liquidation at 231. Don't do 5x on SUI ever, by the way. Unless you really want to get liquidated. I mean, it could be significant gains, but honestly, it's such an easy liquidation. Like, this can happen in one day. A 19% drop in SUI, it's not unheard of before, right? Alternatively, I mean, a 20% pump in SUI is also possible. And at 5x, You weigh your own risks and rewards, pal. I'm not telling you what to do. Great. So, yeah, this is realistically what we have. I mean, I could check, like, do we have any entries? Look at this. Rex has gone up 57%. That is obviously an exaggeration and it must come down soon. Unless it is a low cap token, I would understand. We can look it up, though, on CoinMarketCap. I don't like this chart at all, by the way. I mean, it maybe is good for shorting. You have a very, very clear downtrend. No signs that this will ever go back up, ever, right? Let me go on crypto, market cap, whatever you call this thing. Rex. Ew. Rex is Revox. It's number 924, yeah. Yeah, that's obvious. That's what I was expecting anyway. A low market cap token. Of course, it's going to have a significant rise like this if bulls just start buying it. The funding rate on this, I'm expecting to be something horrendous. It's actually not that bad, actually. 8 hours, and it's positive right now. So you would actually be making something by shorting this. That is tempting. I really don't want to do this, though. Market cap 15 million. It's worse than bid, right? Spreads are going to be very massive. You can guarantee yourself that. What does this even do? It's AI project, AI interface for Web3. Yeah, Web3 is not going to happen for a moment. And you can also check CMC AI. Due to technical rebound and renewed speculative interest in low-cap AI tokens. It's all speculation then. Short-term oversold bounce after 40% weekly decline. A high turnover, 25.6%, signals speculative trading, and the AI narrative revival amid broader sector rotation. Yeah, I do see that. It was oversold for a very long time. Ever since realistically 8th of June, it's not come out of oversold territory until now. A whole week and more, 8 days, right? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, this is normal for it. And also, we're not even above RSI 70, so, this can still continue rising. As crazy as that might seem, the fact that we're already up 60%, we're not overbought yet. So this is a fairly normal correction in a downtrend, right? I want to draw... Where would I draw this downtrend? Something like this, maybe? Kind of breaking out of it, right? I guess that kind of makes sense. Although we do have a bigger one, but that's very too far and it's not going to give us much information. Maybe as to a slowdown, a resistance, that could kind of make sense. And what is this chart looking like? When did it come out? December 2024. When is this? May 2025 listed on BingX. That's why you don't see enough history here. All right. Yeah, no, I'm not investing in this. GPS is up 10%. Does not look like a big jump in the price. I want to see a God candle. I want to see this, right? But no, we're seeing a very slow incline over here. So this is just natural growth. It's not something crazy. So I would avoid investing in stuff like that as well. 9% from BRUSDT. This looks good. It's almost approaching overbought territory. So, I mean, it still can continue rising. Probably a little bit of shakiness because of this resistance. And also, the whole narrative of the war stuff going on. Dude, USDT. Still not overbought. Magic. This is crazy. I mean, it already had a significant growth over here. I mean, I'd be down to short this, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 10% increases from this low point over here. That's what it's saying. It's not technically like a massive spike up in the price, if you know what I'm saying. Magic. All right, let me find Magic. Number 500. I don't like that market cap difference as well. In all time, though, it's dropped. It's a project that has existed since 2022. It reached a high of 529, and since then it's never gone back up again. What do you reckon? This can start dropping once again? Could be. This has been out here for a very long time as well. What was this pump? April 2025. It's a little scary. This is kind of a pump. Still no. Yeah, I'd still probably wait it out. Yep, we'll wait it out. Whatever. Maybe if I get convinced by the end of the stream, I'll get into it. Alright, now let's get into our news section. Here is some news about tomorrow. What we're expecting is the FOMC meeting. We will be getting a decision on whether or not we get interest rates cut, although nobody is expecting interest rates to be cut. What will be important is the projections for what's coming up next in the rest of the year. 90% chance Federal Reserve leaves interest rates unchanged tomorrow, according to Polymarket, according to FOMC FedWatch futures market tool. So, yeah, no big change expected by tomorrow. What matters is what they say is going to happen next. Now, in terms of this whole war thing, the United States will join the war, claim the Israeli officials. Israel really wants the United States to join this war. But it's not confirmed, it's not certain. Nobody's saying, yes, that is true. This is all just claims by Israel. And we already know that this is their intention. They want the United States to get involved for whatever reason, of course. The whole idea is that they want that whole nuclear facility, the nuclear enrichment program that Iran is doing, to be destroyed, right? Some people say they want regime change in Iran, whatever the case may be. This is what the market is looking like. An example, right? If USA doesn't join the war, we go up. If USA joins the war, we go down. Why? Because more countries will start getting involved if the United States gets involved. We already ordered people to evacuate these cities. Why? Maybe because United States could be joining the war. That could be the case. And in preparation for that, you see other countries like China and Russia saying, hey, if you're in Israel, get out of there. And if you're our citizens, get out of there, right? Just in case. If United States joins Israel and starts bombing Iran, these guys are going to have to step in and start helping Iran bomb Israel, which is just going to lead to a third world war. This is why nobody wants it, really. Nobody wants this war. But we're being forced into it, and we don't like it. And here's also just footage of all these people fleeing Tehran after Trump warned everybody in Iran to evacuate immediately. That tweet I shared last night, the Truth Social post. But nothing really happened last night, right? That was the key thing. That's probably why markets kind of relaxed a little bit, but still very cautious as to what is going on. Because I don't know, maybe they're expecting something bigger to happen. We don't know for sure. United States intelligence, contrary to what Trump and Israel believe, they're concluding that Iran is still years away from developing a nuclear weapon, which contradicts Israeli assessments that suggested it was only days away, and also Trump, like I said. They believe that, oh, they're an immediate threat and we got to get rid of them, and Trump is just allowing Israel to bomb Iran, right? Until maybe Iran is desperate to come to the table to negotiate or make some kind of a deal, which seems to be what the stance that Trump has been taking. J.D. Vance commented on this, and I wanted to share it with you guys as well. This is what he thinks about the whole situation. He says that he's seeing this from the inside. He's admittedly biased towards our president and friend, but there's a lot of crazy stuff on social media, so I wanted to address the things directly on the Iran issue. First, President of the United States has been amazingly consistent over 10 years that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. So it's nothing new. It's been happening for a long time, and it's true. People have dug up old tweets of Trump talking about Iran. But also some of them are hypocritical, like, oh, this president, Barack Obama, or whoever, is going to lead us into a war with Iran. And now Trump is the one doing that. That's what people are just claiming Trump being hypocritical on. Anyway, back to this. Over the last few months, he encouraged his foreign policy team to reach a deal with the Iranians to accomplish this goal. The president has made clear that Iran cannot have uranium enrichment. He said repeatedly that this would happen one of two ways, the easy way or the other way. The other way, of course, is what we're seeing right now. Literally just bombing the nuclear facilities with scientists in them, when he would have said, we can bomb those, but without scientists in them. something that he mentioned before in a press meeting. Second, he says that he's seen a lot of confusion over the issue of civilian nuclear power and uranium enrichment. These are distinct issues. Iran could have civilian nuclear power without enrichment, but Iran rejected that. Meanwhile, they've enriched uranium far above the level necessary for any civilian purpose. They've been found in violation of their non-proliferation obligations by the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, which is hardly a right-wing organization. It is one thing to want civilian nuclear energy. It is another thing to demand sophisticated enrichment capacity, and it's still another to cling to enrichment while simultaneously violating basic non-proliferation obligations and enriching right to the point of weapons-grade uranium. I've yet to see a single good argument for why Iran needed to enrich uranium well above the threshold for civilian use. I've yet to see a single good argument for why Iran was justified in violating its non-proliferation obligations. I've yet to see a single good pushback against the IAEA's findings. Meanwhile, the president has shown remarkable restraint in keeping our military's focus on protecting our troops and protecting our citizens. He ends this by saying he may decide he needs to take further action to end Iranian enrichment. That decision ultimately belongs to the president, kind of whether or not they get involved, right? And of course, people are right to be worried about foreign entanglement after the last 25 years of idiotic foreign policy, which is also facts. But I believe the president has earned some trust on this issue, and having seen this close up and personal, I can assure you that he is only interested in using the American military to accomplish American people's goals. Whatever he does, that's his focus. So we have these words of reassurance from J.D. Vance, whether you trust him or not, that Trump's best interest is protecting America and, not recklessly going into other wars, which is what people are seeing the situation as. Maybe, and I've shared this before, it's Trump just saying, hey, you guys had 60 days to make a deal. You better not wait until day 61. And on day 61, Trump is like, you know what, Israel? Go ahead, go crazy. And he allows them to attack Iran. Just so that the Iranians will see, okay, Trump means business, he's serious, he's not messing around, and we're almost at the point of our extinction, we better come to the table and make a deal. I don't know if they really would want to after this point, because things are still a little tight. They're still escalating, which I'll get to here. And by the way, up until now, Trump said that he has not reached out to Iran for peace talks in any way, shape, or form. That was all fake news. It's highly fabricated. If they want to talk, they know how to reach out to me. They should have taken the deal that was on the table, which would have saved a lot of lives, is what Trump is claiming. He also says that, and this is what gets a little spooky over here, we now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran has a good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it. But it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA, right? That's what he's claiming here. And apparently, you know how Israel has just been killing off assassination-precise strikes on a lot of Iranian military officials and nuclear scientists and stuff like that, people of political importance there. Apparently, Trump has stopped an Israeli plan to assassinate Iran's supreme leader, Khamenei, according to U.S. officials. And that would have been brutal. I think if this guy dies, Iran is just going to go berserk. But Israeli officials have denied the existence of a veto on that, right? So that could be fake news. But still, Trump still tweeted this out, posted this on Truth Social, and it might be scary nonetheless, because he says that we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding, the Ayatollah. He's an easy target, but is safe there. We're not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now, is what he said. Literally already threatening this man's life. And the fact that he is using the word we is also concerning, meaning that we, the United States and Israel, getting involved in here, that's what the people did not like to see. And hence why we got a nice little drop over here today. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter, is what he says. So, Yeah, I'm guessing he's just using this as a scare tactic, but I don't know if these Iranians will take it that way. Trump also calls for them to surrender unconditionally, and then this happened, which has also concerned a lot of people. The Iranian state TV, so no government official has said this, but the Iranian state TV says that they are promising a great surprise tonight that the world will remember for centuries. What is that great surprise? This teaser trailer came out of from the Iranian regime of somebody stroking a nuclear bomb like this. Do they already have a nuclear bomb? Was Trump and Israel right? Maybe they will just launch a nuclear bomb at Israel. They're saying this is something that we will remember for centuries. This is something that's going to be written in the history books. But then once again, I'm personally going to downplay this. I don't think nothing severe is going to happen. Maybe this is just wishful thinking from my end. But I mean, we've seen this kind of thing happen before. Last year, literally, it was all bark and no bite. Oh, Iran's going to attack. Iran is going to attack Israel. Iran is going to retaliate. They're going to send hundreds of missiles and whatever. And literally nothing would happen for weeks. And then people will just forget about it. I think, I'm hoping at least, this will be another one of those scenarios. It could be, right? We'll see what happens. But this, obviously, I'm guessing it's a response to the threat, quote unquote threat from Trump on Ayatollah. Could be. Could be. We shall see. All right, that's it. That's all your updates for the war. That's why I'm kind of sort of expecting a drop if something actually happens tonight. Because we already spent last night expecting something to happen. Nothing happened. Maybe a couple missiles were launched, but that was it, really. Like, nothing crazy happened. At least none that caught any attention of mine from a headline. So, once again, who knows? Maybe Iran is genuinely preparing something, but hey, if it is an all-out war and United States does have to get involved, who cares about money? You're gonna die. That's all. Moving on, speaking of money, in the great case that we all don't die, Bitcoin balance on exchanges keeps hitting all-time low. People are still stacking up on Bitcoin, or they're taking them out of exchanges, which means that they are holding on to it long-term, whether that be in their own wallets, or, you know, whether that's just billionaires stacking up whales, right? Or people using it as reserves, right? Institutions, governments. We have seen this happen before. So that could be the case. Bank of America named Bitcoin one of the greatest innovations of the past 1,000 years, comparing its impact to the internet and electric vehicles. I've mentioned this before. It's growing at a very fast pace, similar to the exponential growth we've seen for that kind of stuff. Electric vehicles, internet, right? So it's going to be great. And we also seeing, I didn't have the news included here, but some bank in Spain, I think, was recommending the people to invest in Bitcoin for retirement, right? It's being pushed on to other people, especially if you're very rich, I think is what they said. I don't know. Let me find the exact tweet. I want to find it. I think it was from Solid Intel. Yeah, this, literally. Spain's second largest bank, BBVA, is telling wealthy clients to invest in Bitcoin. That's good. All right. Thailand, also, this is bullish news. They approved taxes exemption on crypto capital gains until 2029. If you want to move to Thailand, zero capital gains tax. That's pretty cool. And all crypto is what it says, right? Crypto, not specifically Bitcoin. Hey, that's pretty cool. I hate paying taxes, so yeah. Genius Act. It got passed today. This is for the stablecoins in the Senate. They passed it on a 51-23 vote, so thank you, Cynthia Loomis, for your hard work. It's working out, right? Yeah, this basically means that they're legalizing stable coins. That's a good thing overall. This one, not so good, but, you know, still in consideration. We're almost there. Just got to give it some more time. Is that the SEC delays their decision on Franklin Templeton's Spot XRP ETF. They're seeking public comments on the proposal. The new deadline for the decision is now July 22. I'm pretty sure a lot of, I don't remember if it was July, was it today, literally, July 17 or July 15? I mean, June 15, not July. where a lot of spot ETFs for some cryptocurrencies got delayed into. I don't know if we have any updates on those yet. I'll do my further research, and if I find anything, I'll share it with you guys. But for now, no. Still gotta wait, and that stuff just keeps getting delayed. Remember Pump.Fun? They got their account back. They got banned yesterday, and they're back. So that's crazy. Good for them, I guess. I don't know about the rest of the accounts that got suspended on Twitter. We don't know exactly even why. Apparently what's the guy's name? The CEO of this company got his apartment in New York City raided, or he got arrested or something like that. Still no updates from that. I could probably check Pump. Fun. If there's any new updates. Yeah, we're hoping meme coin cycle was done with Pump.Fun's suspension, because it's the most famous place to buy meme coins, right? And nobody really likes them if you're normal like me, because it's all just rug pulls at the end of the day. It's whoever buys last loses is the whole game. It's literally gambling. Could be that the SEC was going after Pump.Fun. They're monitoring activity on Pump.Fun. Okay, that's not real. Any Indian IP that has sold a coin before a bonding curve will get 5 years in prison. That's pretty funny. No, but it's not real. Okay. Yeah, Pump.Fun got suspended. SEC is monitoring activity on Pump. Is this real? Like, this is an actual tweet by the SEC? I gotta find it. Wait, what is their at? Okay, well, thanks for nothing. SecGov. Okay, SecGov. How did I not see this tweet? There's no tweet on Pump.Fun. It's probably fake then. Unless they deleted it after reinstating their account. Why would they get suspended off Twitter, though? They're not linked to the government. Elon Musk doesn't work for the government anymore. Can I read this again? Is this real? It's fake news. SEC hasn't tweeted this. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'm not going crazy. People are saying that it's getting sued. I don't even know. Whatever, they got their account back, and that's all we really got to care about. Alright, bit of relief for now. I feel like markets will not panic unless something actually happens. Which this buildup has just been causing a little bit of fear. We did reach new lows today from some altcoins, as you can see. Or, you know, a close approximation to one of our previous low points, right? But hey, maybe this could be the worst of it all. Like that was it. It was just a bunch of threats and nothing happened, and maybe they do just reach a deal and we start pumping once again. At least that's what we should expect to see based off of M2 money supply. Notice how not a lot of people are posting a lot about M2 money supply anymore. Maybe because the chart correlation is going off course once again. Maybe that 20% is really hitting them hard. 20%, where the correlation just does its own thing, right? There's no specific offset that can save you from that point. But we'll see. Alright. Any last thoughts for me? This thing keeps going up, like I said, Rex. Dude, RFC retard finder coin. This is a minuscule pump. This does not deserve an 8% pump. I don't think today's a good day to buy tokens that have already pumped. GPS, and also we're expecting high volatility tomorrow, so are we really expect, like, I think we already know what's gonna happen. SEC is gonna not cut rates, and then they're gonna project 2 rate cuts, one in September, one in December. Literally what we're already seeing for the CME Fed Watch, right? 16 hours away. 99.9% chance that nothing changes. All right. And a 70% chance of a rate cut in September. 81% chance rate cut in December. That's all. Yeah, that's probably what we're still going to expect for these two. Do we get any speech from Powell? Yes. Red press conference, 2:30. It's also going to be important to see what Fed Chair Powell mentions. He does get asked some questions from reporters. Maybe, hopefully, they do ask some good questions. It'll be good to keep track of all that. All right, we'll cover that stuff tomorrow, a summary, a recap of all that. So stay tuned. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. That'll be it for my stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Did I say make sure to like and subscribe already? Yeah, hope you have a good evening then, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right.